Hey everybody, welcome to the UNFAMOUS Podcast.
That was so awful. Hey guys.
I got my sexy voice.
Excuse the long sigh. You sound tired, not sexy. Yeah, welcome to the UNFAMOUS Podcast, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Is somebody gonna guess like the number?
Huh?
100
I think it's like 136, isn't it?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Sounds
We in the
good.
130s.
That
I know
sounds
that.
good.
Yeah, we in the 130s, something like that.
All I know
130s.
is this is your guy, because Sean says your boy.
Oh, okay.
This is your guy, Oz.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
Yeah, that's
you
it.
usually
That's
have
it.
something else.
If he's not here, I'm not gonna do. Because he's not here for me to annoy. So.
AKA
Alright, well, just Kia.
Joe Cool.
and Tasty Jake.
Tasty Jakey.
Look, we got Joe back. You know.
Yeah. Command performance, command appearance.
Oh,
so
Lord.
See what it looks like.
The
I was
camo.
Oh, Lord.
Not the command.
Yo, I wish they had like a hand clap thing. You know, when like a character comes in that you know who he is, like a celebrity or something on a sitcom. You just put in that
We got a
shit.
special cameo from Joe.
You do that. You do like
AKA
that.
one more thing.
Woo!
AKA I'm just saying that to say this.
You do Maury. You do Maury.
So we got Joe.
Ooh.
Baby. Was it?
What?
Definitely not okay.
So
Alright, guys. Shout out to Sean, who is on a cruise. Hope he's having a good time.
Yes.
Josh, Mr.
Yeah.
Henny Hardaway. Yeah, Mr. Henny
yeah.
Hardaway
Mhm.
couldn't make it, so shout out to you as well.
Yeah.
I feel like my mic is going in and out. It is going in
Yes.
and out.
yeah,
Okay.
that's weird.
It is weird. Whatever.
Tap the
Somebody
go
broke
back.
it. Somebody broke it. It wasn't us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So
Sean out here on the high seas, cracking like a kraken. You know, them Yeeks. That's what he's out here doing.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
You think he makes the cracking sound when he climaxes? Like that would be weird.
Hope not.
You know, it's funny. I just got finished watching Godzilla too.
Is that how he sounds? The baby Godzilla?
I don't want to do the grown up Godzilla.
That's awful.
Oh man.
Well, guys, it is a new week. You know, we got how's everybody's week last week? No, you.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoever says it, I guess it's.
Oh,
Let the deal it. It's just like stage. Let
so-
the deal it.
Pass it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Nah, week was good. You know, busy. You know, always eventful. Just living life. Always getting challenged. You know, as far as that's how just like this. Nothing too much. Just starting some new series on Netflix. You know, not really a series. It's a kind of a documentary thing. Of course, she did that with some of our famous female black brands, from Lisa Price to I think it's called Fab Finance. You know, people doing their thing in different ways, and they have different statistics on things about what's that.
It's
I
still
don't-
going on.
I don't know
Yeah,
what's going
I don't know
on.
what's going on.
Cause I wonder if it's the.
Yeah, is it cool now? Or no, better.
Yeah.
Sounds better.
I don't know if it's the game or anything. I'm trying to.
No, I don't know if it. I think one of the actual back of it is.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds better now. I know that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that and you know, just trying to keep it positive and cool. Children are good. What happened last week? Oh, okay. Well, last weekend was Keith's my wife's birthday. Day after that is our anniversary. So that was Saturday. And the 15th is my third middle child's birthday. And we went to Shima. It's kind of try to differentiate between her birthday and the anniversary.
What's Gina?
Chima is like a Brazilian restaurant.
Oh, it's like a steakhouse.
Yeah,
type thing?
steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
It's my first time going to drink that what's that called? The chamiso. It's like the Brazilian national drink. Shit is very good. It was exceptional. They do a wonderful job there. Just try to have a great weekend. We had a great weekend, and that pretty much set off the week. So
awesome.
It was good, busy and good.
What y'all do for Keisha's birthday?
Basically, we just had dinner. We had the cake at the house. I get a present. Generally we go away on vacation. Just this year with the baby. Mm-hmm. Not as easy to have the children, go to the in-laws house or something. But with the baby and just overall like financially, it's hard to get that trip off with everything else that's going on in the year. Yeah. So he's just like, you know what, we'll do it like this year. And other than that, it's kind of low key. Just trying to make it, do a little something each day, so it's not like it's just you forget about one day and then put all your energy into one other day. So that's about it. But it was good.
That's crazy. So your anniversary is like a week before Valentine's Day.
It's crazy.
It's like the best thing.
Both our birthdays on.
I'm about to say birthday, anniversary, Valentine's Day, kids' birthday.
It's like it starts off like, okay, now that Amanika's here, that's January 23rd. That sets it off now. Then Keisha's birthday, then the anniversary right behind the day after that, and then like you said, Valentine's. My daughter's birthday the 15th, my birthday the 28th. Then I have another daughter's birthday March 2nd. Wow. So yeah, it's very hectic.
Spare no time for presents and shit.
Nah, that's why I said I can only do a little something. I don't even,
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up celebrating birthdays, so it's like, I just try to be there and just be, involved. But it's not natural. I never actually ever. It's like one of my few times I actually bought a birthday cake. Then I didn't grow up doing it, but I respect everybody's traditions. I appreciate when it's something for me. I never make a big deal out of it. Yeah. Other than that, that's about it. Yeah.
I don't think I grew up celebrating birthdays, but that's because we were just really poor. So.
No, Dad. Wasn't religious.
We just no. We just couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it. But yeah. Now I think it's cool. I think like a person's birthday is like the one day. Well, it shouldn't be the one day, but it's ideally the one day that's like they should feel special if there's no other day. That's what I think.
I would, yes.
They always shared my birthday with, because my aunt's the day before me, my uncle was the day after me.
That's bullshit.
So family would just get together and each one of you get a cake. Just blow out your candles. Let's
I was about to say, those always turn into adult parties, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the kids have fun, but damn dog.
And it gives them an excuse to give you one present. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gotta get presents for everybody, It's like bullshit.
Yeah, I had a cousin who's his dad used to throw he would say it was his birthday party. Yeah. But it was really just an adult cookout where kids just it was it's a kid friendly adult cookout. They were more coolers of alcohol than Huggies.
That
sucks.
The food was good though. We had ribs, crab, all the good shit. But all we could drink was water. It's cool though.
It's an excuse to get the grown-ups together and shit.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw my mom drunk. Hilarious.
Yeah. Shit.
Hilarious.
I don't want to see my mom drunk.
It's always fun.
I thought it was funny. I make fun of her now, and it's been years. That's the last time she ever got drunk too. That was probably 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, she don't. That's not her shit.
Okay.
I mean, when my mom is a little bit tipsy, she just says how much she's not drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you are. You can't be saying that.
I was about to say when I get drunk, I'll be like, bro, I'm drunk. That's all I know. I'm like, can't feel my face. Oh God, I'm drunk. Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah. What about you, Jay?
Life sucks.
Oh.
You lost?
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody your whole
hello darkness, my old friend.
Yes.
I feel like Jake needs black eyeliner and
like
black the wide leg black pants with the chains hanging off them. Yeah, I feel like that's
what some black boots and
some green spikes.
Yeah. Let's see. So I missed last week because I got too tied up into virtual reality to come out back to the actual reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, was this like a
Like the
game?
game
Or?
Yeah, like I actually have like the actual Oculus headset to go over
I'm so scared of those things.
I built a VR because I built a VR system for him.
Yeah, so
You
Ozzy
built one?
I built
the
a computer and he bought the VR.
Why are you working for TSA? Like,
It's
I don't
not
know.
that hard.
Yeah, but you could make money, is what I'm saying.
Making
Like,
computers and putting computers together and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly.
And fixing everything for people.
I do that now. A little bit on the side.
Right, but think about how much those businesses, because like there's
You
Doctor
could,
Help or whatever
you
out
could
there that
freelance
hooks.
shit
Yeah.
and, like,
I should.
You should. I don't know why you're not. Get your shit together, Oz.
Because people, they don't want to pay you what you
Then fuck them
deserve.
people.
That's
You know
the
how many?
issue.
There's over 7 billion people in the world. Somebody gonna buy something?
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
So
We'll talk.
Well,
Go ahead.
we'll talk about the first time. I know I say this a lot, but this story's great because we always talk about how the first time I got the computer together and Oz came over to hook up the Oculus and all that stuff, and Nancy comes home. Now, Nancy's Jewish, remind you. So I'm like, hey Nancy, put this headset on. This VR system shows you a tour through Anne Frank's house.
Not okay.
So like,
Wait, her actual house or the basement?
yeah, like
Oh,
actual
okay.
house
To the basement.
Yeah, it was like surreal and stuff like this.
Oh, nope.
Yeah.
So why does it scare you though?
I don't. Okay, so I just think that it would just take me out of my element. Like I would like when I watch the videos, like people like freak the fuck out when they.
At least the scary movies though.
And I also
Scary
just feel like
ones are
somebody would be an asshole and like put me in something that I really would not want to be in, and
see-
then I would have to fight.
See, I remember watching a video like some guy like had his dad playing like a horror one, and those shits are for real
that's
scary.
not okay.
And then he was just making noises in the room. He's like, "What the fuck is that?"
That's not okay.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Shit like that. I don't know. I know. You know.
Have you
that's
ever
what it
put
is.
one
It's
on
coming.
before?
Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, just do one as a test. They have like trial ones, That shit is fun. But
It
go
just
ahead.
depends on what that virtual reality is.
Then the first time I used it was like a snowboarding virtual reality.
Yeah.
Oh,
You might like that.
Okay.
But
That
they
shit
rock-
was
they
fun.
rock-
That's the first time I ever tried it.
Okay, maybe that's the problem. Every video that I've seen has been like scary movies or something. So people are like jumping and screaming. And I'm like, yo,
that's
I
one of the
that shit.
craziest games
I
to play on.
don't even do haunted house tours during Halloween. I don't fuck with it. I
There's-
don't.
That shit really felt like I was snowboarding.
Yeah, it's
It really
crazy.
does
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like that.
That's dope, though.
The rock climbing one where you actually look like you're like feel like you're climbing a
oh,
mountain
crap.
and stuff
I
like
like
that.
that.
Yo,
Like that just goes to show you just how sensitive the human brain is.
Yeah,
like
right.
that shit is cool as fuck.
And like you get motion sickness because it fucks with you that much.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
you're not actually moving.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's-
you get motion sickness.
Yeah, and that's the reason why if people miss in the game, like if they're doing the rock climbing thing and they miss the wall and they start falling, they actually like hit the ground because they just lose all sense of like stability.
The craziest one was the Batman. Like I was playing the trial, and there's a Batman one. So what's crazy is you can walk to the edge of like a building and look down, and you can see like all the way down. I was like, shit! It really feels like I'm on top of a fucking building right now. That shit is so wild. But it's like if you step over, you might fall or something.
But that might be like good treatment for people who are like
yeah, that's what they're
usually
doing.
afraid of heights.
They're
or
using
like,
it to
like different phobias and stuff.
They're using it right now to help people with like PTSD.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they got different games, of course, for them.
Yeah.
It's because it's like it's actually putting you in that environment and it tricks your brain. You know what I'm saying? So,
Shit's weird, dog.
hey, you gotta try.
This
it.
makes me think of the Matrix.
It's so
I can't
fun
deal.
though. But it's not like one of those movies like you feel like you're in it. It's just like right in your face, and it feels like you're there, but you can tell it's a game. It's not real life.
Yeah.
So you can always tell it's a game.
So there's one thing that you can do, which you can sit in a movie theater and watch TV or movies up on a big screen. So the one or porn, I guess. But I don't know why you'd be sitting in a movie theater. Unless you're like one of those
virtual.
one of those
No, they got it already.
Yeah.
They got those
Yeah.
VR porn shits now. I'm like,
I might be open
that
to
shit-
that.
You're like,
that's how porn started, right?
dude, what's that's like those creepy theaters where everybody's sitting in the dark.
Can you imagine? Like the seats were packed and like what if one dude's elbow touched another dude's elbow? Like what do you do?
Do you look at him or
it should be a rule?
You gotta start over.
You gotta have 4 or 5 seats between.
Just keep looking straight and don't turn.
Yeah.
Don't
You're
turn.
like, damn.
God damn it!
I have a big raincoat.
Damn! You bought me another 5 more minutes.
Which is funny. Why did they arrest Pee Wee Herman if he was in an adult movie theater masturbating?
Because that's a crime
It's an
now.
adult movie theater. How does that make any sense?
Oh,
I
so
don't
it was
think
like
you can
It was a regular movie theater. It was an adult.
It was an
movie
adult?
theater. They were
Oh.
watching they were watching like a. It wasn't like a porn, but it was like a movie with.
But you still can't publicly masturbate though.
No, you can't.
True. Yeah.
I think it might have been one of those sting operations. Like they probably do that shit all the time there, but I don't know.
Oh, where they just be watching?
He should have just been in there by himself.
If I see a cold movement, somebody going to jail.
Pee Wee Herman was a nasty dude though.
Yeah, that dude.
You ever saw his first special on HBO?
No.
He took somebody. He took somebody's bra off in the middle. I thought Pee Wee Herman was a kid.
I was about
kid
to say,
friendly show.
Yeah, by the time I came around, well, I always thought the show was creepy, so I never fucking watched
Yeah,
it.
he was creepy. His first special HBO, like 81. I thought it was for children, because Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
It was fucking very, very edgy.
Yeah, he's
I
always
never
been creepy, man.
I never watched it. I don't know what it is about him, but he's just creepy to me, so I never watched it.
Yeah, I mean,
he's actually. I think he's trying to get his show back too.
No, he already got a movie
For
on
Adult
Netflix.
Swim, or
So he already got it.
You know that's what's funny. Pee Wee's Playhouse was on Adult Swim when it came back the first time.
Yeah.
No, that's
I was
probably where
like,
it belongs.
It should have been.
Yeah, that's probably where it belongs. It's kind of like Ren and Stimpy. Like it was on Nickelodeon at first.
Yeah, but see, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Without Ren and Stimpy, there would be no SpongeBob though. If you think about it, Ren and Stimpy was what gave Nickelodeon that prowess to experiment and stuff like that, and then SpongeBob came along. That's quick facts right there.
Oh, appreciate that.
I still think.
I stopped at Hey Arnold.
I think.
Hey Arnold was the shit though. That shit was the shit.
He talked about real life kid problems.
Yeah. In New York.
Rocko's Modern Life. I never
That's my
understood half that shit until I started watching it.
I didn't realize it was like a wildebeest.
Yo, and his best friend's name is Heifer.
And it's a cow.
I was like, he calls him Heifer. I was
That
like,
shit did not click until I was a teenager. Swear to God.
You know what he worked for a sex hotline. I'm like, yo. It's like it's funny. It's like they try to censor kids from so much shit. But I didn't see that shit when I was a kid.
Yeah, I didn't see none of
that.
it. Like it didn't even make it didn't click.
Yeah.
Until I got older, I watched that shit. I was like, this motherfucker.
And the boss's wife, she was a hornball.
Yo, and she was going after him.
Trying to cheat. Yeah,
she was going after him. I was like, yo, this shit is wild.
Mm.
She's like, hey, Rocco. I'm like, yo. all for your subconscious.
That shit is weird. Anywho.
Oh, right. So, other than getting lost in that, I bought my wife a DJ turntable. So, I set it up for her, and it had like a light show going off behind, it hit the wall, and it had like a little light show when she's sitting there mixing stuff up. So she was really enjoying it for a little bit, and then I had to start creating DJ names for her.
That's one.
I don't know.
I know how bad this is gonna be.
I had DJ Hass's shit, DJ Kami, but Joe's one was the best.
I'm trying to remember what I said. He told me the Tommy one.
He said the Third Reich assassin.
What's your wife's last name?
That's really good.
What's your wife's last name?
Taskin.
Oh, I said a Tiskin, a Taskin, the Third Reich assassin.
First of all, that shit is bomb. I don't care what nobody's saying.
Some bars right there.
I'm about to say, if I heard that, I'm like, okay, white girl, okay.
Come on with that shit every day.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
This is wild. Is there anything else, Jake?
No, that's been it.
My week. I've been dealing with a whole lot of shit. Legit, because my dog got sick.
Oh. What you do? Feed him peanut butter?
Listen, so my girlfriend, I mean, it's not her fault. I'm not going to try to blame it on her because she won't get mad at me. But
You better self-edit. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always self-edit, you know.
Yes.
But she tried to go to PetSmart. PetSmart was closed because we're feeding him like this kibble, and I usually mix it with like some salmon. It's the same brand from PetSmart. So she was like,
I have a friend that makes dog treats, like organic homemade dog treats. If you guys want some.
yeah, hell yeah, I'll
Put you in
take
contact.
whatever, yeah. But so she goes to Walmart and gets this Walmart brand shit, and it's like a wet food. So she mixes it with his food and stuff. All I know is wake up in the morning that there's shit all over the
I was
floor.
about to say diarrhea everywhere.
Listen, well, actually, no, it wasn't even like that. So
Shit
she
like
fed.
toys?
No,
I know.
not
Go ahead,
told
my
shit.
Literally
But actually, what happened was she fed him, and then she fed him in the morning. Went to work. We both went to work. Came back. She didn't walk him immediately, so she fed him again after that. And when she fed him again, he went to the room and just started shitting on the floor because it was that bad. And we had to clean that up. And I immediately took him outside and stuff. It was runny and all this other stuff. And then we put him back in the crate. I don't know why we put him back in the room. He did that shit in the middle of the night again.
In the crate?
Yeah.
Aw, damn.
And I was like, shit. So after that happened, took him out, put him in the bathroom. Girlfriend went to work. He was fine. I took a nap. Woke up like 30 minutes later, it was all over the bathroom.
Wow.
And this is why I can't have a pet.
No, but this
I'm
is,
too
I mean,
OCD for that shit.
he's normally good. You just gotta keep him on routine. I'm not changing his food. Just keep the same shit forever. That's it. Man, it was so bad. Then I had to leave after that, after I cleaned it up. So guess what happened when she came back from work? It was all over the floor again.
That's too much.
So, hopefully Nikki learns, not to buy off-brand shit from Walmart, because Walmart shit was trash. He was just shitting all over the place for that.
Are you not?
Or
Are
maybe
you guys
both
like?
of you could work on keeping the food stocked at Nikki's house. It's a team effort.
No, it is. It is, but I'm not, like I said, it's not entirely her fault because I was like, you know what, go ahead and get it. So
You do have like newspaper in this crate and stuff like that, right? Make it clean
you know
up
what?
easier.
This motherfucker is so, what's the word? He's bougie as fuck. His mentality is all bougie. Like, I would walk him and you would see a puddle, he would look at the puddle and jump over. Like, this motherfucker is bougie. Like, he doesn't want to walk.
He's like, hell no.
Yeah, he don't want to walk in no dirt.
You know how much I cost?
Yeah. You walk him in the fucking rain, he would sit and not go into the rain. So what he was doing
He's a
was
genetically modified dog. How long is this?
Shiba Inu, like
Okay.
yeah. So this motherfucker was legit. So there would be barely any shit in the cage when he did do it. It would be on the outside. He would just point at the outside and just shit everywhere on the outside.
Oh, he like, I
And
gotta
then-
sleep here. I ain't
Basically,
shit.
Basically, so he did on the outside of that shit.
I'm not
And
mad
then
at that.
basically when my girlfriend came home, she saw me like in the corner of the cage, just hiding from his own shit because he did so much that time. He was just hiding in the corner from his cage. So this motherfucker was like, I ain't touching that shit. Like, I'm good. So I had to bathe him and stuff. So. But I gave him some Pepto-Bismol. Apparently you can give him Pepto-Bismol.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
That
soothes
works?
his stomach. Yeah. So it soothes his stomach and helps him from, doing that. So, I fed him I stopped feeding him for 24 hours. So, you can get his whole system cleared out. And I just fed him this morning, took him for a walk, like at 8 o'clock. And then he finally did normal. So we're getting back on track. I'm hoping when I get home, there's nothing. I'm just hoping.
Sheesh.
So, but yeah, that's what we're doing. I mean, it's no different than having a child sometimes. You gotta deal with that. You just gotta deal with it,
Only difference is they never really become independent.
True.
It's a shitty situation.
I mean,
I agree.
the breed is an independent breed, though. I mean, you can train them to be independent in a way.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, but they can't really live like separately from you. Like the child grows up and lives separately. From
Yeah,
you.
eventually you get your
Yeah.
job.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Some don't.
But I mean, that's it for my weed. That's a spectrum of my weed. What about you? Yeah.
Well, I didn't clean up any living beings shit.
I'm sorry. Well, there's always next week.
No. Absolutely not. Let's see. It's been a pretty cool week. I'm training at work, so doing that. Started watching the show Sisters, the Tyler Perry show.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw
And
like.
I am surprised.
It's not cliched.
Did you like it?
Like a cliche Tyler Perry thing.
It's not a cliche Tyler Perry thing, and the writing is better than the writing that I've seen. Like, previously, like, you'd be like, bro, that don't even make sense. Why? Nobody gonna say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, well, that's interesting. And I know there's always the critique of, there's always like, it's always just the bad guy. It's always just bad guys in the movies.
Yeah,
maybe
the
like
guys ain't shit.
The guys ain't shit. So with this one, it's like, it's real life, like, sister shit. Like, it's like these 4 friends and they do different shit. Like, one of them had a whole situation with like a married man. One of them is like, like a airline attendant and shit, and like they all have their issues normal. With men, but yeah, they're normal. They all have their issues with men, but the men in the scenes and stuff, like, they're not all bad. Yeah. So I was like, okay, Tyler, that's interesting, because I mean, his previous shows, I just got very bored. I felt like it was too soap opera-ish and the acting was shitty, so I would never watch it. And you can see where some actors and actresses, like, they're still trying to find their groove in the craft. Yes. But I appreciate that about him, that he gives people a chance, like, to get out there.
Is he still using the same actors that he normally uses?
No, so these are new people. Yeah, actually, I don't know.
Because you got Mr. Brown.
DeVal Ellis. The Ellises, they have like.
Yeah, I know you.
So the husband from the Ellises, he's on the show. So this is like his first big acting gig or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's.
He was on like something called Tough Love, right? I think 2 of them was on this YouTube series called Tough Love.
Tough Love.
Yeah, it's good if you never saw it.
Yeah.
I think Bounce plays it sometimes now, but it used to be just a YouTube series.
YouTube be having
Tough Love was good.
Yeah.
Tough Love was good.
So yeah, I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised by the show. So pleasantly surprised that I tried to watch The Oval or whatever it's called. Yeah. Horrible decision. That is very shitty. What is that? Yeah. Another one of his shows that he put out around the same time.
So he has one that's good and then one that's like,
so I don't really understand. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's intentional. Maybe that's the vibe that I don't know. I don't fucking know. However, Sisters is, I like it. It's good. Like, it seems like it's a story about just regular ass black ass women trying to figure life out. Like, So I appreciate it. So yeah, that was cool. Me and the roomie, we've been watching that.
I might get on that.
I went to go see Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn.
How was that?
Movie. So let me preface this by saying I'm not a comic person whatsoever. I actually had to ask the Bane whether this was DC or not, because I didn't know. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty good. The storyline, so they did like backgrounds for the different characters or whatever. So, and I don't know the names of these characters, but you have your Harley Quinn, and then there's like some detective lady.
You know what's funny?
And then
I was watching reviews and they said mostly like it's Harley Quinn the movie. Like all the other stuff they shouldn't even have brought them in because they're barely memorable.
Well, I would beg to differ. I think that she was definitely like the focal point, but and they did do quick backgrounds for the other people like Black Canary and the Huntress or whatever she did with the arrow. Okay, yeah. So they did quick backgrounds, but when it came to like I guess the main plot in the story, the issue or whatever, she was the driving force, but they were good supporting characters. I thought that it was cool. I have heard some critique of them saying that they should have came out with one with more notable female characters first.
I mean, it's a hard thing because when it comes to villains, there's not. I mean, you would think they would use Poison Ivy because her and Harley are like
see, I didn't even know that.
They're like legit like best friends, and they could use some more characters. I don't know why they chose those guys.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's not really a lot of like crazy female villains. Yeah. As far as I know, there might be. I'm not. When it comes to DC, I'm not really that. Yeah.
So yeah, but, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of dialogue, but I didn't expect it. I guess the action was pretty good in my opinion. They did a fight scene in a funhouse. I had never seen that before, so I thought it was cool to see how they use the different things in the funhouse and stuff like that.
You know what's actually like I like a lot is there's a DC. It's like the DC app I watch on the Fire Stick. You already know. But it's a DC app. They have the Harley Quinn show. It's like a cartoon.
It's so
that
so
shit
dark.
is fucking fire.
Actually, so I didn't know. Like, all I knew was like she was Joker's girlfriend or whatever. But I didn't know her backstory. I didn't know she was like
His psychiatrist.
like a PhD educated like
She
woman
went to college and everything.
Yeah, Joker wrapped her ass up, had her jumping in a vat full of biochemical waste. Like, what kind of dick is that? I don't need it. Good lord.
No, the cartoon I think fleshes her out way better.
Does it?
Like she's hilarious. Like,
I mean, but the girl that played it, like she again, I don't know Harley Quinn's mannerisms and stuff, but I thought that it was pretty good.
No,
I thought
she did good because she was also in what's it called? It was
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay, same girl. Oh, okay, all right, cool.
She did good in that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just like
They just had a problem with the Joker in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't even expect this cartoon. They got cursing. It's fucking wild.
And when I say dark, it's dark. Like a lot of the DC shows, the little comics that came out recently, all
And
dark.
what I like about it too is they reference like actual real shit. Like they had what's his name? What's the guy?
Bane? No.
Oh, they used Bane. But you remember Bane from the Batman movie? They used that voice. Oh yeah, so basically like that was like, yo, that's fucking.
He's like, nobody invites me to anything.
And you got Kite Man. Kite Man in the comics was like, who the fuck is Kite Man? He's like a random villain, or whatever. And in the show, he's like, yeah, I'm Kite Man. I can do this, and he just pops out his kite. That's it. It's fucking hilarious. Fucking great show.
He's like, I'm only cool if the wind's blowing at a little bit of a certain degree.
He's like, is it raining outside?
This isn't gonna work for me.
Yeah, basically.
Is that lightning? I'm out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a cool movie. I think my favorite scene was like the last big fight scene in the funhouse. Only because I don't know that I've ever seen an action film with all women fighting, I guess, like as the protagonists in the story. And they still kept a feminine energy to it because they were fighting off bad guys, but they were fighting to protect this preteen girl from the bad guys getting to her. So there was still like that maternal instinct there or feminine energy there. So I thought it was dope. I thought it was cool. And then there was like one little scene where they came in and it was like, oh, how'd she change her shoes? Like, she changed her shoes in the middle of the fight. Little shit like that. Like, little, just feminine energy here and there. So I appreciated it. Don't know say. Yeah. I think that was my week.
You think that was your week?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
So, what's on the docket for today?
On the docket. Well, I thought, I couldn't think of anything else. I thought that, we got a Valentine's Day, February 14th, this Friday. If you were sidelined, February 15th, you'd be great as well. Shout out to all the ones taking on the Red Lobster. I used to love working there. That's neither here nor there. But I thought it would be cool if we just talked about like the history of Valentine's Day and then like maybe some good and not so good memories, if any, from those days. Joe, history of Valentine's Day. I feel like you're the go-to person.
Shit, if he didn't, wait, how would this have gone if he wasn't here?
Well, I looked up some stuff real quick, but then I was like, oh, Joe's here. I know Joe knows.
Well, I mean,
You're not ready for this one?
I mean, not really. I was just more like, you mean like history of as far as where it started from?
Yeah, like I think I read like the Romans used to have, I think it was the Romans? Used to have like this ritual type thing.
Yeah, Romans,
go hide in blood across the women and the crops and shit. Yeah.
That's some wild shit.
It's called that's where romantic comes from. It's called Roman antics. That's where that's Roman antics.
That's fucking crazy. I never thought about that.
So her saying that makes a lot of sense. I don't know a lot of the inner details of it. I mean, I know it's very, you know, a bloodlusty type of day with the red. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, and people, but on another level, I look at it as, you know, that shit is all. It's like R&B music. It's just, to me, it's just fake to me. Like that whole romantic idea, the ideal that people live by, doesn't exist. And that, to me, on that level. I mean, it's like a It's like a siren or someone singing to you, and you go to it, and the shit devours you. It's like that. Like, even though, you know, being in love with somebody is great, but the idea that we fall in love like that is an unrealistic.
Yeah, because perfect example.
Yeah.
How many movies do you watch where this guy is like chasing this girl, and eventually he gets with her? Do that shit in real life. That shit when I hype it on you. This motherfucker's a stalker or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the Prince Charming.
That depends. If he cute, he not a stalker.
But see,
that's the truth.
Wait.
You like him, he not a stalker.
What about the Hunchback of Notre
persistent.
That nigga is a stalker. Get him away from me. Yes. I'm just saying, like, it sounds bad, but that's the truth. Like, if you cute, you get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, I let this dude touch my butt in the club, and I don't even rock like that, yo.
Cute.
Yeah,
like
he was
regular
cute.
Joe, like.
I'll fight your ass.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, not that, you know, everybody has a relationship here. Not that is not, you know, it's a lovely thing. It's great. But people are led to believe, especially like young people, that this shit is just like you meet somebody, it's great from tip to tip. I'm a realist. Like, this shit, like, just like I'm like, oh, we're gonna be together forever. Well, when you be together forever, all the things you have to go through together. It's a lot. Even if it's, you know what it is? They call it sorrow and joy are forever related.
Yeah.
Even if you have the greatest marriage in the world, just to be torn apart or to go through something horrible will challenge you.
Yeah.
Even if the relationship is great from tip to tip. So I look at life like that. I look at love like that. So when it comes to romantics,
yeah,
and Valentine's Day, you know, it's like a day to enjoy it. But, you know, I don't believe that hype. I just know that there's a lot more to that. But
because you know what's crazy about that? Like, I feel like I celebrated it more in like high school and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that cute puppy love.
Yeah. And it's like, you in a relationship in high school, you think you so like
you swear you in love.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is love. It's just not adult love. It's not mature love.
It's not the same, man. It's like you do that shit, and it's like, what the fuck was
like we gonna be together forever.
Like, shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, some people do that.
Some people do. And shout out to them because they go through. They deserve everything that they get.
When I went to a wedding in October, they met in high school and shit.
Yeah.
So like, actually, they met since younger than that.
We got a couple back home. They've been, the first time they like called themselves boyfriend and girlfriend, they were like in middle school. Real nigga shit in middle school. They got married, I want to say when we were like 22 or 23. But in between that time, like, they were off and on. She had a son, he had a daughter. Like, they dated other people, and then they came back together and got married. But like, I mean, I don't know. That's probably the only couple that I know that's like that, where it's like, okay, if the movies were based on something, it would probably be based on y'all. Like, y'all might real life be so mixed.
Yeah, so here's a crazy thing. I was watching something on YouTube. It's like called Your Daily Dose of Internet. So like, there was this dude taking a Snapchat. He was near like a monument in China or some shit like that, right? And he was taking a Snapchat, right? Or he was taking a picture, a selfie. And years later, he meets up with this girl. And they all go through albums and shit, and they get married eventually. So they're going through their albums and stuff, and they look at a picture, and he's like, "That picture looks familiar. That looks like the monument that I took a picture on, whatever." So he looks in the background of that picture.
They were there the same day.
They were there at the same fucking time. That shit was fucking wild. I was like, how does that happen?
That's odd as fuck.
That's a 1 in a 7 billion chance that's gonna happen.
That's dope though.
That's 7 billion people in this world, and you happen to find the person that you were there same day. You didn't even know each other.
At the time.
That's fucking crazy.
But I think, Joe, what you said to the point of having an unrealistic view of like love and all that stuff, I definitely agree. And I feel like I think it's more rampant than it should be, because we don't have huge generalization, but there aren't enough examples of long-lasting love and like in the homes. So you don't have those examples to look at. Like I know for me, like when my mom conceived me, the goal was never to be married. She saw my dad and she was like, "Oh, I want my daughter to have your traits, so let's make a baby." That was it. It was never to be together. You know what I'm saying? My mom was never. She was never up for marriage. Like she was
the hottest story ever.
I'm just telling you.
What? I like your attributes.
No, she was like, "I like your hair. You know, you got some nice legs. Let's have a daughter." You know, that's what she said, and here I am. But yeah, so my mom, she was never one. She wasn't open to marriage. Like she was good on that. So I didn't have that. So the only example that I had was what I saw on TV, more specifically the Cosbys, because that was all that I saw. So for a long time, I can't. So for a long time, like after my last relationship, I wasn't really into like long-term commitments because I just didn't see how it was realistically possible to keep the fire burning like the way the Cosbys did for like 20, 30 years. Like every day I'm supposed to be in love with your ass? God damn! Like, does that work?
You know how sometimes people make it work, like some people like always at work or they work away from each other all the time.
Yeah, so when they come back,
exactly.
It's like, yeah.
I think that just seeing a person all the time, you have a chance to get irritated. You know what I'm saying? They're there all the time. You just be starting shit just to start. I'm bored. I need to start some shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think about it. That's
well, I mean,
that shit happens.
I guess so.
I would.
Yeah. I didn't understand how the shit worked. Like I didn't understand. So for me, it was like I didn't want it because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how to make it work because I didn't have that example. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in my friends now that have gotten married, like I have friends that have, like one of my friends, they've been married for a pair of my friends. They've been married for they've been together for 9 years. They've been married for 5.
Okay.
And they did like that. I don't know. I guess I feel like every couple goes through like that. Or young couple, they go through that breakup before they get back together and actually get married and shit. Yeah. So they went through all of that. And a couple of other of my friends, they're married. So it's like young marriages. And what I'm learning from watching them is it's really a choice. Like every day you get up and be like, yesterday was shitty. I might try today. I might not. Yeah. Like maybe next week. I don't fucking know. I'm mad right now or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a choice. It's not something. It's not a. For most people, I feel like it's not an inert desire or some unseen romance that's pulling you together all the time. It's a choice.
See,
you have a lot, like all the advice that we got, because I got married later in life. I wasn't married before, so I lived a lifestyle of,
Well, we saw the pictures.
The co-parenting lifestyle, the single man lifestyle, the bachelor lifestyle. And so marriage was not on my agenda, personally speaking. But I always felt like I knew how to be a husband because I saw my father. I saw a couple of good examples of marriages, just understanding people. I think just trying to. It really, it's just like with children. You can't take a day off. Like you wake up. You wake up. You want to be engaged every day. And like everybody told me, look, the stage you're gonna hate her, stage you're gonna love her, stage you're gonna and all that is true. You just don't want to make those days very, very few and far between.
Right.
So like Valentine's in college was a lot of poems, a lot of
Joe, spit one of your Valentine's Day poems.
My Valentine's Day poems. Oh.
Can we get a haiku? I know you did at least one haiku.
I mean, yeah, I did some haikus. I did some of that.
Gosh, shit.
I'm not. I wish I was prepared with my poems. They all mix together. I probably wrote like 100 of them. 100 at least.
Let me find out you Shakespearean it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure in the middle of his haiku, it says, "I said this," or "I said that." Just say this.
Well, what was my line that was similar to that? I used to do a lot.
Right.
That's like that second line, 575.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, 575.
Yeah.
All that is to be said has been said. I used to say that shit a lot. But I mean, I even did a poem for my mother at a eulogy. I wrote a poem for that. But I say that to say that that poetry and that kind of love is good when you're young. It's innocent love. It usually phases out. Even if you eventually get back with that person, it's just never the same thing. And just when you're an adult, it's just like marriage is like a business. And then it's like you said, a choice to do it every day.
Yeah. To
not fall into a lot of traps.
I believe it.
A lot of traps.
Yeah.
You just get it's always entrapment, and either party can get entrapped in the things you hear about, like, well, why did they do this, and then you understand that you could really go and it could really happen if you let it happen, whether it be cheating or losing faith or choosing to not be around as much, So, love is a very, very many splendid thing,
Tasty Jakey, what about you and Nancy? Tell us about y'all's love.
Yeah, everything's a choice. We wake up each day, said, I'm probably not going to kill you today. And then we go to sleep.
Okay, so you take your vows seriously till death do us part. I can dig it.
Some days it gets close. Some days, I don't know what happens. I blink and then I just really have like my claws right next to her neck, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Not today. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
But I can't really talk because it's not like we have a normal relationship at all.
What is normal though?
True.
I mean, you just go through
like,
everyday life the same. Nothing changes. Nothing spectacular, I would say.
No. Well, I meant like normal, like they're like each relationship has their own set of.
Oh yeah, because your normal might be different than someone
what
else.
works for that relationship? Yeah, that kind of thing.
But I'm just saying, like when I said we're not a normal relationship, is when most people listen to me and Nancy talk to each other, they're like, "Wow, you guys really like? Is that your ex-wife?" I'm like, no, that's my ex-wife.
That's fucking funny.
Your love language is a little different.
So
yeah,
what is your love language?
And it's funny because like some people saw how our relationship works, and the funniest one was Steve when he was hanging out with Steve, and I'd be like, I'll look at Nancy and be like, "Bitch, give me a soda out of the kitchen," and. Right?
It works.
Right, so for us,
I could never do that.
Nancy just shrugged it off like, whatever, asshole, and just goes and gets me a soda.
Yeah.
But apparently our buddy Steve sat there and he's like, "Bitch, I said this!" And his girl turned around like, "Call me bitch one more time." He's like, "Well, Jake says it."
That's when the girlfriend be like, "Don't let your friends get you fucked up."
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I feel like you can't just outright start doing that. You gotta build.
You gotta build to it.
You can't just start saying shit back.
Ass straight, bitch.
Listen,
doesn't work.
Because I mean,
what's the intimate
next
word?
thing you know, you're that.
What did you say before that? You can't start with queen and then go to
yeah, no.
A lot of words in between.
I mean, me and my girlfriend talk to each other wild too, and it's like I'll be like saying some shit, and I'll be like, when she walks away, like really whisper. She's like, "What you say?" It's like I'm saying nothing good, but we do it just to have fun. Yeah, just have fun and stuff. We don't. I like when I argue with her, I never say that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or if it's serious, I'll never say something like that because that's when it
turns really bad.
It turns bad.
out.
You know your limits. I can't.
Everyone has their limits.
But you can do it when it's fun.
Yeah.
But actually, with the problem, sometimes she'd be like taking it serious. I'm like, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But we have to learn to read each other more. But I always tell her, it's like, I'm not serious, just joking.
I feel I think the only time I like that word is in the bed.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Some nights, not all nights. Some nights. But I'm gonna initiate it. Like I'm gonna say, "Call me," like don't just say it out the blue. Like don't let me initiate it.
I can see where somebody get confused at. It's like, come on, bitch. It was like, what did you just say to me?
Now ain't the time.
He's like, wait.
Now ain't
You
the
tell me to
time.
say it all the time. It's like,
Just said it yesterday.
No. I don't say it.
We just said it yesterday doing the same position.
Well, that was yesterday. Today is a different day.
Oh my God.
Different level of hormones.
That's a hard read.
Yeah.
I had to have my clear limit.
Let me give you the cue. That's the limit. Let me give
after
you
1,000
the clue.
times of, her telling me to say it, I could just say that.
I would need a daily brief.
So today, I need to be treated like a delicate flower, okay?
If I didn't say it, you don't say it. Like, all right.
Like before you want to initiate it, you're like, all right, huddle up. Okay, listen.
All right.
This is what we're doing today,
This is
okay?
how I'm feeling.
No bitch calling.
None of that,
right?
okay?
If you do, I'm punching you in the face. That's
need
gonna
all
go.
the X's on this side, need the O's on that side. Yeah, no, for real. Different days call for different things, like different times. Hormones are real, dog, and I'm starting to really. I don't know.
You know what's funny?
Because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Maybe,
you know what's funny? Like,
I'm starting to accept that and just live
I
in
feel
it.
like before my girlfriend, ever met me, she's never really had like a serious relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when she would be on her, time of month, I guess she didn't really notice that it was changing her, like it would be a hormone or difference or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she would be saying, "Oh, I'm normal." I'm like, "Okay, but you're not." I can tell you, you're not.
This ain't what you was last week.
Yeah,
so.
because I feel like she's now starting to understand that
Yeah.
she's a different person, and I would do it. I would fuck with her, and I would be like, I would say something like, "Oh, you gonna get mad? You get mad right now? Because you're on your cycle. It's like you're about to get mad." She's like, "You know what? Just shut up." She just. I feel like it helps her catch herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because you
saying?
do have to be
because
aware.
I'm joking with
you
it.
do have to be aware for sure. You got to be aware.
Because like the majority of her biggest arguments happen
around that time.
That time. Because I would say the same thing I said last week.
But it ain't going to
exactly. So it's I learned to go around it. You know what I'm saying?
For me, the week of is cool, but that week before, like I'll get mad at people doing the speed limit, and I'm like, that's when I realize, like I'll be driving, I'm like, why is this motherfucker going so slow? And I'm like, oh, this is a 35 zone. Oh, you tripping?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
talk yourself off the ledge.
You have to kind of bring yourself back sometimes.
Yeah,
you might be going off, and you don't know that.
No.
You gotta be aware of the cycles. Like I had a chart. Even for men, there's a cycle.
You know what's funny?
Us too.
I have a chart with my girlfriend. I know what her shit's about.
There's a chart for men and women, and there's a 30-day chart where it's more specific. Like sometimes you're not trusting. Sometimes you're this. Sometimes both men and women have this chart. Like it's based on the lunar calendar and the solar calendar, and specifically with like you said, like cycles. After she gave birth, this last time, it became like a 2-day before cycle thing, where it would be like that, like the same, like you say, the same thing we did last week. Like one time we're talking about going to New York, right? So we're deciding whether we should do a Airbnb and where. Not exclusively, but we need some time apart from my in-laws' house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. So a 2 or 3 day respite from that. So I said, so now we want to. They stay in Long Island, but we want to go to LaGuardia, which is basically like say a 45-minute drive. So I was like, she was like, LaGuardia, it's the airport by LaGuardia Airport. I was like, it's not that far. She's like, oh, how can you talk to me like that? I was like, I said it's not that far. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. Like, oh my god.
What's funny?
She got real. That was a fucking. It wasn't even a 1 day argument.
Thing, right?
That was an 8-day argument because it got so bad. I stayed at the Airbnb by myself for half the trip.
I'm not even going outside.
In fucking Mount Vernon. If you don't know New York, staying in Mount Vernon and where my mother lives is like staying in fucking Raleigh.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
On a heavy traffic day anyway. I don't see what you mean. Like it's like what the fuck? Like I just said it like that fuck.
And you might not even notice it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
It just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh shit.
It
Sometimes
really
even while on her period, I would be joking and she would be getting it. But then there's this one joke that just slightly pushes over. It's like, oh, I don't like that. You know, I'm like, oh, come on, like.
Really?
Like, what?
That was
Really?
the one? That was
That
the
was
joke?
it?
That was
Yeah.
it?
Oh my
Really?
god. But you know, and you know why I find, because you know how you said men have their times too, whatever. I feel like me and her like starting to align and shit, because I be just as pissed off when she's on her shit too. So I have to stop myself as well. You know, when she is going through her time of month. So
Moral of the story, ladies, coming from another lady, that's not an excuse. We still need to be self-aware.
Yes, as much as you can.
As much as you can.
yeah.
And if you're wondering about the connection to Valentine's Day, blood.
Hey, you got it.
Cupid.
That too. Okay, best and worst Valentine's Day stories. Actually, I will go first on this one because my best and my worst was actually with the same person.
Okay.
High school sweetheart. Best one was the first one that we had together. We went to Carrabba's for dinner. So for a 16, 17-year-old, like, that's big money shit. Like, listen, I get seafood. Yeah. So that was cool. And then he had gotten first of all, let me preface this by saying both of us lived very adult-like lives. Like, we were more like roommates with our parents. We paid bills and shit, so we had a lot more freedom than most teenagers. So having said that, that night he had gotten like a hotel room or whatever, so we spent the night there and had a good time. That's why I did my 7.5 hours.
That's why I thought that's where it was leading up to.
So that was cool. The next Valentine's Day, no, not the next one. This was the Valentine's Day when I first left for college. So yeah, because this was his second year at college, my first year. So came back, we were chilling, hanging out. Truthfully, at college, I was texting other people. Yeah. It's like 19, what the fuck, you know? He didn't really like that. So we got into an argument and he insinuated that I was out. That I was out here just throwing vagina around, and at the time, I wasn't.
Oh my god!
At the time, I wasn't. That was
right now. I ain't.
That was post breakup that I started throwing ass around like that. But at that time, I mean, literally, there had only been 2 men, my first and him, and that was it. Not even men, like them. So that was it. So I took great offense to that, and so in retaliation, I said, "You right. I'm fucking every nigga I see." And that didn't go over so well. So,
no, not at all.
Then he punched a hole in the wall, and
that's pretty good.
So then I called my best friend and left the house. Shortly after that, we broke up. I was like, "Hey, bruh, I see some signs here I ain't really rocking with."
No punching no fucking walls. That's wild
no
shit,
punching no walls. And that was the first time that I had ever been like vicious with my mouth towards a partner. And that was a trait that I saw in my mom a lot with the men that she dated, and it wasn't something that I wanted to perpetuate. So I was like, it's not your fault, but you're a trigger, so I'm out.
You know what's funny? At the same time, you kind of needed to see that.
Oh yeah.
Because you need to see the real person sometimes, and if you punching the holes in the wall, shit, that's some scary shit.
And we both had like his dad had history of abuse, and then like I have history of abuse, and like my mom's family and shit like that, my dad's family. So I was like, yeah, we not good for each other, so I gotta be out. But that was on Valentine's Day too, so you know.
So wait, after the 7 hour, like 7 hour power, that happened.
No, this was years later. So that was like probably like 3 years later. Yeah, we were together. Well, in high school time, that was a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time. High school time.
Yeah.
That's about how long my high school is.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's typical at that age, because 2-3 years for a high school student is like
that's a long time.
A decade.
It is a long time.
Yeah. Because I know high school students that date somebody for a semester, they act like that shit was the realest thing in the world. So I'm just,
at that time,
you know, yeah. I mean, it's real. I mean, I'm telling you.
I mean,
like,
I guess when you're a child, everything feels like it's going by slower anyway. So.
Well, they have no perspective on what love really is.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so intense at that age. Like my oldest son, it was like dating this girl. This dude is going to look like he about to fucking, like he not fucking combing his hair. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh, this girl. I was like, how long were you talking to her? 2 weeks. I was like, what the fuck?
2 weeks? Oh, man.
Shit, relax.
Ain't shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, so you know, I mean, it sounded like he tried to control his emotions. I mean, even me as a man, like, that's a pretty difficult thing. But how people talk to you, like, that's my big thing. Even now, people, you just can't talk to me in no kind of way. Like, you know how some men will, like, we fine with that. Like, yo, like all that next shit and all that, like talking to me like you're talking to me in a short way, like dismissive. Mm-hmm. To me, that's like I can't even be around you. I have to. No matter what's going on, that's like with myself. You know, like if men are frustrated with something or had a bad day at work, they'll bring it home. I'm not gonna bring it home, so I expect person not to bring it home either. So it's like that's my thing too. Like how you talk to me is very, very critical. And I would, I wouldn't punch a wall or nothing, but I'm also not 17 years old either. Yeah. So, that's a very much a maturity thing. It could mean something, or it could mean he was just really, really hurt. Or it could mean there's a sign there.
I wouldn't really take that risk.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you don't know. But understand that is if you had enough passion to do 7.5 hours, because that's just not a biological function. That's a chemistry, passion thing. No. The first
gas station.
That's on Viagra. Wait. I'm pretty sure he was past the limit on the Viagra pill, if anything.
If he's 18, he can do it. I mean, even me, when I first met my wife, it was the first session was about that long, and I was in my 40s. So you could imagine that I always say to her, like, that's not just a biological function. That's a chemistry function, because I'm not doing that shit with everybody. So that's a 1-2. You have to have that desire to do that. But are we on the best and worst?
Yeah, best and worst.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I was just gonna talk about the 7 hour straight thing. Back in the day, that's when I used to call it fuck fest, like, and then
fest,
and then the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, so, like, like when you're younger, man, that was common for me. But
yeah,
when you start getting older, it'd be like, I'm gonna pop a fucking hip.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny? I think I did that just like one time, and that was it.
One time was enough for me. Like, it was awesome, but I was done for like a week after that. Like, bro, don't touch me.
Yeah.
I need to sleep.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Don't. Yeah. You got it.
Gotta use all your tools.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, best and worst, Jim.
I don't want to say best and worst.
Well, favorite and least favorite.
Shit.
Because I mean, my wife doesn't like me to compare. I give ratings to people.
Lord.
Yeah, don't do it.
So I would say that
somebody might be listening.
Exactly. Just don't.
It's hard for me to say best or worst because it's like I didn't. As I got older, Valentine's Day was just different.
Yeah.
Like just like now, we have Valentine's Day is great for us, but with our birthday and everything else going on, it's just a day where we just we appreciate the love. We'll have We'll have a meeting. We'll have not a meeting. We'll have like flowers and it'll be a nice cool day. But it's not like we're not going all out for it. It's just what it is. But I would say that I don't know if I had I can't think of a bad experience on Valentine's Day. Like it wasn't like I never had an experience where if I was with somebody, I was with them. We did what we had planned to do. And of course, when you're younger, it's great because it's just like that puppy love thing. And,
yeah.
And there's no responsibilities. It's just what it is. You're having a good time. The worst, I can't think of a worst. The only thing I can think of that would be a bad experience is that if it's a Valentine's Day and you have flowers in your hand and a girl doesn't show up or something, you know, or you have an argument, you know. It's like I had Valentine's Day when I wasn't with anybody, so I just like, you know, saved money basically. But I can't think of a bad Valentine's Day. I think I can think of bad breakups, but they didn't happen on Valentine's Day. But you know, it's just a regular day, right? To me, like earlier it's just that puppy love. Now it's just we appreciate the love. It's another day to appreciate that. You know, we can have some semblance of happiness here. But that's all I can say.
Yes.
So.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long one.
So.
Yeah. So. I'm probably gonna say mine are both the same time. So it was.
Okay.
We just started dating, me and Nancy. So she did a huge mistake when we first started dating. So I lost my job right before we started dating. So I used to come over, hang out, and drive home. It was like a 15-minute drive from like her place in Philly to my place, right on the burbs. And then she's like, "Don't even drive home. Just bring your Xbox over, hang out until I get home." And that was the day I moved in. So
this is fucking hilarious.
Because she never actually, we never actually agreed to move in together. I just never left.
That's what you call going with the flow.
Right.
Yeah,
it was just
hilarious.
I'm like, because then I would have to pack up the Xbox and go back home again, and I just didn't feel like doing that, so I just
got
stayed
the whole
there.
Xbox set up.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
So the first Valentine's Day, I really wanted to show her my appreciation, but I didn't have any money because I didn't have a job.
First of all, let me just pause your story right quick, okay? Because this is very interesting to me, and here's why. For Black women, when I hear unemployed, bring your Xbox, and I ain't got no money, it's like alarms going off in my head. Like, I feel like every Black woman that I've ever met is like, you better not, bitch, like, that's just going off in my head. Like,
what's up?
You guys were
so
dating,
it's just
right?
interesting.
Yeah, we just started dating.
Bro, if you're unemployed when you first start dating, that's grounds to get dismissed real quick.
Wait, you were unemployed when you first started dating?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
But it depends.
It's
What was his? What if he was a doctor and he just lost his job, and you were just started dating? What about that?
That might be even more traumatic.
I was about to say, like, I mean,
why?
doctors have bills too. Joe don't say it, but I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
But then again, when you're younger, you don't have that many bills to pay.
True. And also,
it's not like I wasn't paying for like the bills I had to pay now. Like I didn't have a house. It was just paying for my cell phone and my damn car. So it wasn't much.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 33 right now.
How old were you?
Oh, back in that time, I was 20, just turning 25.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, your friend's a little bit just full.
So, yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, I didn't have a job, didn't have money, but I wanted to do something special. So I was able to buy one dozen roses, and so I went back to her place and I started throwing rose petals around her apartment everywhere, just everywhere.
That idea sounds so much cuter, like in the mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And then comes the cleanup.
Right.
Oh shit.
So I set up a bubble bath, threw some rose petals in there. Then it came down to, now I can cook because I used to be a cook when I was younger for restaurants. I wasn't a sous chef, so I didn't know how to make desserts. So in my younger idiot days, I'm like, listen, I'm just going to take strawberries and squirt Nesquik over top of it.
Okay, all right.
And freeze it, and it should be just like regular chocolate. Like melted chocolate.
Okay.
So I cooked a dinner. And I'm like, all right, I got something really special for you. I got the dessert. So I pull it out of the freezer. And Nancy's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's chocolate strawberries. Don't worry. It should be good.
It should be good. Don't worry. That's what I want to hear before I ingest something.
She takes like half of a bite and spits it out. And she's like, how the fuck did you make those? She's like, that's not how it's done. Don't ever try that again.
So it was like the chocolate Nesquik syrup?
Yes.
Oh, God. It's a lot of shit.
Pretty sure you gotta do like the fondue shit, right?
But it didn't like...
So you
Kiss it in.
Yes.
You can't
That's how
bite
you're
into
supposed
that
to do
shit.
it.
That's why, right? You can't really bite into the Nesquik.
The
No.
syrup? Not when
And
it's
it's not supposed to be frozen.
Yeah. No.
Ever.
That's fucking crazy.
First of all, it takes a lot to freeze that shit, don't it?
Yeah, it wasn't even fully frozen. It was just
Okay.
like... It was bad.
Yeah. But, you had everything else, on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
So then she got into the bubble bath and almost choked on the rose petals.
How the
Ow.
What was
Yeah.
she was eating that shit?
Ow.
Because like you start relaxing, you're like you slip down into like the tub, and your mouth starts opening, and then like rose petals are just flying in your mouth.
Die.
But this is good though. This is a prime
Good
example
warning
of
for me not doing
romantic
that
shit that you see on TV that it doesn't really work like that in real fucking life, dog. Like
It was like the funniest thing. And I also had like these markers where you write on the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote like I love you on the mirror and blah blah blah. Yeah. So the next day I had she was like, you're horrible at this. Don't do this shit again. So I took that same red marker and I wrote red rum on the window on the mirror when she woke up.
You need balance.
Yeah.
Horrible at what? You said horrible at the strawberries or horrible at
The whole day.
The whole thing.
Was
a mess.
that was the response. Was horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible. Don't ever try this again.
Don't fucking do it.
Oh man,
I love it.
that was it.
But when I see pictures like that, like rose petals or like 100 balloons, my question be like, who the fuck about to clean this shit up? Like that's always my first question. Like,
Not me.
nah.
Yeah, so I just thought I'm like, I'll just vacuum.
Nah.
That doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was hell. I think I was fighting that for like a good month. Like, what's this?
Rose petal.
No, rose petal.
Yeah. Okay. Armando.
Well, I'm kind of like Joe. Valentine's Day ain't really like craziest date for me. I mean, most of my romantic shit, especially with Nikki, has been outside of fucking Valentine's Day. If I could say, I'm gonna start with my worst. My worst one was, of course, in high school. But and just going off what Joe saying is like, you really feel like that shit is real. Like, I happened to break up with a girl on Valentine's Day, which happens a lot though. You ever realize that a lot of breakups happen on Valentine's Day?
No, I didn't realize that.
It's weird. Like, a lot of breakups, and I wasn't even thinking about Valentine's Day at the time.
Yeah.
We just broke up, and then the next day I was like, oh shit, that was Valentine's Day. So I was like, oh shit. So it was kind of like that, but
Meanwhile, the little girl was over there like, I'll never go Valentine's Day again.
No, actually, she was alright. She was cool. She was straight.
Oh.
It was mostly me that was freaking out.
But I thought you broke up with her.
No, I did, but at the same time, it's like, I did it because I was mad, and I tried to talk back to her the next day. She didn't want to talk to me.
Oh.
It was that kind of shit.
Mm.
So it was like, I broke up out of anger and shit. So it was like, that put me in a really dark place.
You was in your room listening to music?
Hell, fuck yeah!
What
Turn
kind
off
of
all
music?
the lights
You was
and
listening
shit.
to Cisco Incomplete?
No, I wasn't. I was
Bad place.
No, it's like, but you know what's funny? Every time I think back to that time, it's like that built me for what I am, how I am today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think you have to have that shit, that dark, that bad breakup, in order to become a better person and how to treat people in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helped. Well, I mean, it
No.
depends. It depends on the type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you do.
because had I never done that, I feel like I put a lot into that relationship, and it happened that way. It's like it realizes that life is short, and you can't just be going off. Like, you know, you can't just get mad over simple shit like that. Also, you can't just be engaged fully in a fucking, it was like 1 semester relationship either.
Exactly.
Wait, the relationship you were in?
Yeah, it was like 1 semester. I'm like...
That shit felt like
so
2-3 years.
Honestly, like, my shortest relationship was like 3 years. Like, I've never had short relationships. Like, my first, 2 years. My first was 2 years, and then 3 years, and then another 2, and then single ever since. Like...
I mean, short relationships help. I think it helps with, you know, building up who you like and learning people.
Figuring out what
you know what I'm
like,
saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, you don't put too much time in it. And it's just like, okay, I didn't put too much investment in that. So but
I just want to say, us talking about that right now, about, you know, the relationships define us and stuff like that. I realize that I'm a whore because I never had a relationship when I was a kid.
No, you were normal. I feel like if I have kids, I'm gonna tell them, like, don't, like, when you're young, like, you know, you may find a forever person, but it don't have to. If it's a forever person, they'll be there later. Like, you don't have to take that shit so seriously. Like, date around, get to know people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what's funny? Like what Joe was saying for his son. Shit. Like, my mom was like, so?
and that's the most insulting part.
I'm like,
that's the insulting part, because you hurting, and your parents be like,
yeah,
hey, clean your room.
Exactly. Like, you really? It's not that serious.
I don't fucking like.
And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Anytime, like, depends on how long the relationship was.
Yeah.
If they were going for like a couple years, I won't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like especially with my my brother, well, my youngest brother, he is always in these relationships and shit. And when I say that, he gets so mad at me and shit like that. I'm like,
he's a serial monogamous.
I'm like, really? I say the same shit like what Joe was saying. I say the same shit my mom said. I'm like, it really wasn't that serious. Like, high school shit was not that serious. It's nice and it's a good feeling, but it's also the worst time to ever break up.
Like, yeah.
It's like the best and the worst time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you feel that shit. And I felt like, I was like, after that, we broke up and shit. I was like, fucking sad for like 6 months at least. Because,
that's a long time.
Yeah, but see, I still am very emotional. So it's like, you know, I took it really hard. But I think those 6 months was me rebuilding myself for a future Osmond. Because ever since then, like, I haven't taken that shit seriously after that.
This shit little birds.
Fuck this shit. Like, I'm done.
I think my high school breakup wasn't the worst. It was probably the most tumultuous, just because, you know, there was a hole in the wall. But it wasn't like, you know.
But you know what's funny?
I felt sad, but I was still like, okay, well, I'm gonna just talk to some other people.
But isn't it your most memorable one?
No.
It's not?
No, it's not. My college breakup was like the worst.
I mean, I feel like college and high school are kind of the same range, though.
Not for me. My college, there was a lot more adult shit involved in my college relationship, and it was the worst. Like, it took, like, he made me really consider, like, breaking windows, putting sugar in gas tanks, that kind of thing. Like, I was on the edge. Like, I fully understood why women get called bitter, because I was, like, right there on the edge. Like, bitch, you could be a bitter woman for the rest of your life right fucking now.
Yes.
So, yeah, it took me, like, a year to, like rebuild myself. But in that time, I didn't date people. Like, I would go out with friends and I'd tell dudes, like, bro, this ain't what you want. Like, keep it moving.
Not right now.
Because I'm about to chew you up and spit you out. Keep it moving, dog.
Yeah.
It took a solid year. Yeah, that was the most memorable. Shout out to him, though. He cool as fuck. He had to grow up. You know, we were young, and, you know, guys mature. Like, they don't mature as fast as girls do. So, like, what I expected and needed from him at that time for a 21 or 22-year-old, it just wasn't realistic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't realistic.
You know, it's funny. I feel like I matured faster than most of my friends, though.
I could see that.
On average. See? Because, like, I feel like when I talk to women, it's like I connect to them on a different level that not every guy can. You know, it's like I know how to talk to them about certain shit, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me and my mom's relationship or some shit, but
probably has a lot to do with it.
All I know is, like, I knew how to talk to women and what to say to them to, basically get them to do certain shit.
You trying to say you got game, big dog?
I got game, but it's not.
You got game?
It's like I always had game. It's just that I never fully engaged it.
Oh, he always had game.
Okay. It's like I had the game, but I never really kind of like took an opportunity for it. When I was younger, at least. When I was younger.
I feel like a part of all this game is it's unexpected. Like,
but people don't
you be
realize
like, you just be talking to him, and then you be like,
see.
Oh,
exactly. But that's exactly how it happened because people.
We get here.
When people talk to me, it's like, oh, it's Oz. He's funny, and I just talked to him a couple of times. But then I come out of nowhere with like some deep factual shit, and they're like, "The fuck? Like, where the fuck you come up with that shit?"
Like a stingray.
Yeah, basically.
Not a stingray.
I feel like. And I feel like me and Joe kind of the same too.
Stingray game.
I feel I get a lot of like connection with Joe when he talks about certain shit because I feel like me and him were kind of the same growing up when it came to shit like that. Like I read people.
Oh, you mean as far as reading? Oh, okay. I'm about to say because I don't think Joe should.
No, not like that. But I feel like he knows he had.
He's coming right for you.
So I feel like because I talked to him a lot of shit. He had like a lot of insight. He was like he read women, kind of knew what they were thinking, that kind of thing. And I kind of felt the same way.
I try.
Yeah, and I mean, you can only try though. That's it.
Yeah,
you fuck up sometimes.
I think for me having 4 sisters and a bunch of nieces and my mother, we talk close to my mother, and I just see, what it is. I observe people, so I just observe all my sisters' relationships who are all older than me, and just in hearing their conversations, the real deal, behind closed doors, after it's all said and done, what they really think and how they think about men, and they all are like the 4 types of women that I haven't met. Like each one of them are different, and they are the 4 categories of women that every man meets. Like, okay, I have the bougie one, who may or may not have been very promiscuous when she was younger.
Yeah,
right?
And always act like.
But ultra bougie, great mother, great grandmother, right? That's a category of women. Then I have one who is super nice. You might think she's a tomboy, but don't fuck with her. You know what I mean? Like just like that nice girl that you could just talk to and just chill with, like that. So I have one. The other one's crazy. And she had dudes. I saw a pimp. He was literally a pimp crying outside her bedroom door.
Yes,
she was fucking
girl.
somebody. She was fucking somebody in her bedroom.
Put the pimp hand on his ass.
So she would do shit to dudes, and this one guy had touched my niece. She was dating, and she didn't get mad. She didn't show that she was mad, but her daughter told her, right? So I said, oh, okay, cook for him for 6 months straight. But was slowly putting glass in his phone.
Oh shit!
I ain't gonna tell you the rest.
Please don't.
Those are the
crimes.
She ain't nothing to play with.
That's the scariest motherfucker.
She ain't gonna be like this. She's just gonna be and smile. You ain't gonna know.
That's my mom.
Yeah. So that's one type, and then my baby sister is like sweet, whatever on the surface, but again, don't fuck with her. And very spiritually minded and all that. Like, kind of like Hotepi type of shit. Shea butter, the hyper vibe, freaky deaky a little bit. When she was older, not when she was younger. She didn't have sex. She was like 20, but actually got older and more free with herself. So those are only the 4 types that I've ever met. They always have that 4 categories. So
yeah, my girlfriend would definitely put glass in food slowly.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what she would do. Yeah, I could tell.
And not curse you out. Just
yeah,
slowly.
She's like, okay. Because like anytime we argue, okay, like that's it. You just gonna say okay and that's it. Like there's nothing else after that. It's like no.
My mom actually admitted to my stepdad, like it was after they had an argument. It was funny, they would have an argument and then smoke weed and then talk it out. But so they were cheaping, and she was like, when I was sitting outside, I was thinking about how the fuck I could get rid of your ass. I was gonna cook your favorite meal, and I was gonna take your ass out. And I'm sitting in the living room at 9, like, Mom.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Wait, I ate it too.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, like, first of all, you're the only good parent I got. What you doing?
Exactly.
Like, shit. Did you think about me? Good times.
Yeah. Good times. Shit is well.
Well, guys.
Yeah, it's time.
It's been a good episode.
It's definitely
I genuinely enjoyed you all.
Yeah. Thanks for the unexpected visit, Joe. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if we was coming out, we only had 3 people we gotta find.
Well, I
We
thought
gotta
it was only
send
going to be
shit.
2. For some reason, I thought Jay said he wasn't coming either. And I was like,
Well, I'm glad you guys showed up. When I got here, it was unexpected. I didn't see anybody's car that I noticed.
What?
yeah.
I mean, I wasn't sure. I don't know why I thought you had 2 doors or something. I don't know why I thought that.
Joe, it's only been like a couple, months.
I don't know. You know why my nephew has a 2-door Infinity. I said, is that his car? Is it 4-door? I thought it was 2-door. I wasn't sure. Even though I was actually in your car once, right?
Yeah.
I was in your car once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then Jake's car, I wasn't sure if that was his Honda.
Yeah.
But there's only 2 cars in Vigilant. There's not usually just 2 cars.
By the time you,
It's usually like 6 or 7 cars.
Yeah.
when you text me, I was driving.
Yeah.
I don't believe in texting and driving, guys.
Neither do I.
I agree.
I talk.
And I didn't expect a response because I didn't see your car.
Oh.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I was watching you outside the window. I was like, ooh, is that Joe? Nobody's getting out of the car.
Nah, yeah. I saw her pulling up. I just like, I saw you at the end though. I think I saw Jake by the door. Or was it?
Take the Jakey.
Or was it? I think it might have been you. But yeah. I'm glad y'all were here. I'd have been like, all right, I guess they're not having a show this week. I just go back home.
It's always good, to have you, Joe. Sometimes we miss your facts, just random facts.
I'm also, can I just say really quick how happy I am that Joe couldn't tell the difference between a fat white guy and a skinny black guy, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Look at you.
We're all one.
You're accepted.
We all look alike.
You can now come to the cookout.
Exactly.
Don't bring the potato salad.
Not at all.
With raisins or something.
Yeah. Who the fuck puts raisins in potato
I don't
salad?
know, but it ain't my people.
I don't even eat potato salad, and I know that's wrong. That's bullshit. I'll be like, man, that's some bullshit. Who puts potato in potato salad? I ain't gonna eat it. Well, I ain't gonna eat it.
Like that, what's that, carrot salad? That type of shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like green bean casserole.
The carrot salad with the raisins. They used to annoy me or something. What's the point of that?
Yeah, I just imagine they're like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Who the fuck puts carrots and,
And there's only
and
one
fucking
white,
raisins
and then there's only
and
one white guy.
fucking
Like,
mayo to get, like, who the fuck that? Look, I say that to say this. This is some bullshit.
Yeah, say that.
Who the fuck about to eat this? Stop bringing this shit to
With
the
my
pot.
burger? Like, what's up? What's up with my burger? Be healthy.
well,
Oh gosh, it's been fun, guys.
It was fun. This is the Unfamous Podcast. This is your
Yes.
boy, the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, episode 130 something.
Yeah.
something.
That was
just-
pretty good, Oz.
There you go.
That was the new one, those.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep saying,
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz from now.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Joe Cool.
Oh, I said mine. already.
Oh,
You did?
Tasty Jake.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Peace out, guys.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. See y'all later, and we're out.
Oh.